Hi, it's David from Algoryn War Guys yet again, and what we've got, this is my final part to my Algoryn. I wanted some heavy combat drones really. The top options were the Bastion, or we've got the Liberator. That's what it's called, the Liberator. So I've gone for the Liberator, and we're going to open it up and have a look inside and see what it's like. But I've also bought the optional extra weapons because I actually want the X10. I want the compression cannon on the top. Okay, so here we have the Liberator. Let's open it up and see what we've got. So in here we have the bases. We have one pack and we have 2 packs. Yeah, there's nothing left in there, so let's have a look, make sure we've got all the bits. Right, so in bag 1, we have 2 opposite side wings, as it were, which is good. We have the front, which has the part for the gun. See, there's a big hole there for the gun. Right. In bag number 2, there is another big, onking, great big bit of resin. That is a massive piece of resin. Massive. Right. Well, it's the biggest bit of resin I've had. Right, okay, so we have very randomly, a drone stand and a base. We'll see if we can find a drone, shall we? I didn't know that had come with that. Okay, so we have a turret, which goes on that away. So we have a turret. And in here, we have another bag. And in this bag has a plasma light support for the front. That's the front bit. On the top you have the option for a plasma cannon or a plasma light support. Yep. And then there are 2 like sensor arrays that go on the turret. Now there weren't any drones. No drones at all. And it doesn't actually say it comes with a drone, it's just come with a stand and a base. Very, very weird. So we've got all the bits, some extra bits, very randomly. We have got the weapon accessories. Now, if I open this up, I must say there's no name to say who packed it. Maybe that's a new theme from Warlord. So some highly expensive foam and a bit of paper. Now you have the fractal cannon. There is a mag light support for the front to make it a bit cheaper, and then you have the compression cannon. So what we'll do, now that we've looked at that, we'll go in and have a closer look at the bits. Okay, so this is what you get in the Liberator Plasma Destroyer box, plus the optional extras. Now, I'm going to lean towards the X10, so I get the compression cannon and things like that, but I'm going to magnetize all the weapons anyway so I can use them all. So we're going to start looking at the tank and I'll work our way through it. Okay, so the first bit is the tank body. You can see where the base goes. Now this is very good sculpt. There are some artifacts on it, but they're very, very minor and they're very wispy, and you can just take them off really easily. You got the risers on them, but you have to have risers somewhere, and they have positioned the risers in places which are the most convenient for when you assemble it. So obviously when you cut them off, that'll fit in there. So you won't see the risers. So it'll all look really good and you won't need to worry about it. So the overall, the quality is good. I like it, and I like Warlord's resin. I do like the resin, and it's a nice quality that comes out of their resin department. I think the resin is better. The people who do the resin, I'm assuming they're different people, is better than their metals. Maybe because it's, I don't know, lower quantity or something like that. They get more time to do it. But so yeah, so that's the tank body. I need to wash them before I paint them. Now this is the turret. This goes on this bit right there. Obviously it can't fit at the moment because there are some risers on the bottom. So that fits on there. Other way round, like that. And the gun goes in there. So let's have a quick look at that. It's quite a simple, crisp line. I think the thing is with the Algoryn, you've got to get the lines crisp. The crisp lines, the details, the actual detailing on the surfaces, there's not a huge amount, but I think that's part of the aesthetics of the race, and it's the clean lines and the geometric shapes are more important in this case. So, and then you have the two wings. Now these look, obviously they're mirror image. So we'll have a look at one, and like I say, it's mirror image. But you've got the risers there, which is fine. That's not the end of the world. Nice smooth underside and a few risers here and there. Obviously, there are limitations on where you can stick the risers, but overall, so you've got that nice crossing pattern that links a lot of the vehicles together. And there's some nice crisp details on there. Now that will fit, see there and there. There's a nice keying structure there. And then the other one will go on the other side as well. And then this bit, this is the front bit. We'll be getting this out again later on because that's where the gun goes, and I'll show you where the gun is, what gun is. Again, there's some artifacts on here and some risers, but once the risers have gone, that'll fit into the front there and hide it all. Overall, it'll be quite a long tank actually. Quite a long tank. You get a lot of resin for your money actually. And once again, you've got the crisscross pattern in there. You've got the nice I'd call it minimalistic detail on the actual body itself. But again, that fits with the aesthetics of the Force. Obviously, you get your flying base, but I'm not going to look at the flying base because it's the same as every flying base for the Algoryn and even the game. So anyway, so first of all, we're going to look at these two are the sensor arrays that go on the turret. So nice little extra details to add on to the turret. Not really much you can say about them. Not a lot of mold lines. There's a few artifacts on there, but they fit. Oops, get it in focus. They fit in there, just like that. Yep. And then you have the other one, which is a smaller version. Like a sensor array. And then you have the main gun at the front. Now this is a plasma light support. Now the cut comes with like a plasma destroyer, so it has a plasma light support on the front and a plasma gun. Now there are some artifacts in the back, but they've managed to keep the artifacts. They've managed to keep the artifacts to where the ball and socket joint is. Sorry. So when that's all cut off, that will fit in there. What I'm going to do, I'm going to be magnetizing them so I can switch out. Then you have the plasma cannon. I've actually got one of these mounted on a tripod. I don't think I've ever used it. It's a much slight mould line down the middle where they've joined the two moulds together, and there's some artifacts on the top. Easily sorted. I would probably, that looks quite dirty. I'm going to wash that. I'd recommend you wash all resin and metal models from Warlord. I had some problems with some paint on some metals. And this is the plasma light support, which is the alternate turret weapon. So you can have two light supports or a plasma cannon and a plasma light support. So yeah, that is that. So, and then we have the options. Now, the option I'm going to use is the compression cannon. I just like the compression cannon. If you get the turret, all the weapons fit in like that. So it's going to be in the middle, magnet, just stick it in like that. I must say it probably will look the weirdest because that looks quite big. But that's the way it's going to be. Oops. Yeah, so I'll put a magnet about halfway down there, and it should all link in. Right. And then you have a fractal cannon, which I don't think I'll ever use. I don't think people stay still long enough to actually use them. But it's a nice cast. A bit of mould lines. Yes, there's a mould line there. They've tried to hide it in the edge, but they've missed it. And then you have a mag light support, which is an alternative to the, not that one, that one. Alternative to the plasma light support that goes in the front. Okay, so that is the Algoryn Liberator plasma or destroyer. It comes as a plasma variant, but you can get the optional extras. You have to pay for the optional extras, obviously. Now I think it's about between £6 and £7 for the upgrade kit. Now I personally think they should cast them out of plastic, do a little sprue. Overall, the quality of the resin, I think the quality of the resin is brilliant. There's no, I could not see any bubbles or serious deformations. They try to put the risers in the right place to hide them once you've cut it off, even if you're not brilliant at cutting off But they were easy to remove, and they're in places that weren't easily viewable when assembled. The front part, which it comes separately, I had to cut the risers off, and it didn't fit perfectly, so I had to green stuff the front, which isn't a problem. I've tried it on this. I made a complete and utter mess of it, so I'm gonna have to go through and redo it. So overall, yeah, the detail's good, easy to put together, and I'd recommend it for any Algoryn 4th. Points wise, it's expensive, so you'd have to have a high points value to use it. Then you need to choose between this one and the Bastion Heavy Skimmer, which is even more points. So that's personal preference. And I look forward to using it on the field. So if you like this video, hit the button, hit the bell, hit the subscribe, and you'll get notifications for all my videos in the future. See you next time.